All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a better version of the dice rolling program. So this is my bad version. Now let's take a look at the better version, which is, where is it? Search for dice. Oh, advanced dice rolling simulation. There we go. All right, so this program is a little bit more capable because what it can do, even though it's still a relatively short program, it's only 58 lines, it now allows you to select however many dice you want. So how many dice? I'm going to say I want 3 dice this time. And how many sides per dice? There are 10 sides on each dice. And how many rolls should I try? 300 rolls. So it will allow you to do a way more complex thing. So how many times do you get a 3? 0 times on 300 rolls. How many times do you get a 30? 0 times. But you can see that the middle is the greatest percentage, and I haven't calculated out these percentages, but you can see that it would work for really any scenario, which is what makes it cool. So for example, you could say I want to have 1 dice and 2 sides, and this is the same, should be the same as flipping a coin, right? If you have 1 dice with 2 sides, that's a coin. So you roll that, and you end up with 1, 52% of the time, and 2, 48% of the time. Obviously, we would expect 50-50, but we did very few rolls. We only did 1,000 rolls. If we do a bigger one, we'll get it closer to 50-50. How many dice? 2. Oops, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Stop. How many dice? 1. How many sides? 2. And this time we're going to do 100,000, so way more. And it's going to take longer because we're doing more rolls, but it's going to be closer to 50-50. It still won't be exactly 50-50. If you flip a coin 100,000 times, you will not get 50,000 heads. Just not going to happen. I mean, maybe if you're really lucky, but I doubt it. But it's getting closer to 50-50, as you can see. This program is a lot more capable, and the real trick of the code, as I explained in the document, is right here. This while I is less than rolls, while j is less than dice. So it's going to, this is 1 roll right there, okay? And you can see that it goes through, let's say there are 3 dice. Well, this dice gets you that number. Then the result of this roll adds this dice. Then we go to the next die, because we're going to do 3 dice in this simulation. And then it gets the second dice, then does a third dice, boom, and then it's done with the dice. Then it looks at the results and it says, oh, okay, what were the results of that? And it puts it in this results table. So instead of having result 2, result 3, result 4, like I did in the previous program, I create this result table here, so it will allow for any result. And voila, that's it. By the way, plus equal is the same as I plus equals 1. This is the same as I equals I plus 1. It's just a shortcut. Programmers have to use I equals I plus 1 or the equivalent so often, they came up with this little shortcut for it, which is plus equal. So I use it in a few different places in here. Although here I don't. I guess I didn't use the shortcut there. I could have, though. I plus equals 1 is the same thing. All right, so that won't change anything. How many dice? 2 dice. How many sides per dice? 6. And how many rolls to try? 1,000. And it does the exact same thing as the other program, but it now allows you to be much more flexible in terms of different rolls that you might want to experiment with.